Eric Cruz, welcome to my living room.
Yeah, likewise. This is my kitchen.
We're actually both in Jersey City, so that's really cool. What part of JC are you in?
I'm in the Heights.
Okay, cool. I'm in
Yeah.
Fort Liberty in the park.
Oh, okay. Very cool.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
So if Eric is familiar to you, it's because he just recently shot to fame
Mhm.
by appearing on Shark Tank 2 Fridays ago now.
No, just last Friday.
Last Friday,
Yeah.
okay, with
Yeah.
his company Muvez, and he got a deal, which is so exciting.
hmm Very exciting. Yeah.
My
Yeah.
husband and
Something.
I, we love Shark Tank. It's what we watch when we eat dinner every night. So
Sure.
this is really cool. So I want to hear first about your brand and then all about your experience. What is Moves?
Sure. So Moves is an innovative indoor slipper company that challenged industry norms by integrating functionality and design. And what that means in its essence is we integrated a removable outsole that is designed to protect the integrity of your indoor slipper while entering and exiting outdoors. It's held together through proprietary technology, um, and it's tested in research and development. Um, the shoes will last over time, and it's something unique and different in terms of a value proposition for the industry because uh, we are currently the only brand to be doing so. So it's an exciting time.
Where did the inspiration come from?
Well, a few years ago, Ryan was assigned a senior thesis project where he had to really revolutionize or integrate modern design into an existing product, and he selected footwear. And when I was asked if I was interested in pursuing the product and making a legitimate business, it's something that I strongly considered. And after we took from concept through research and development to a prototyping, I saw the value if we were able to, withstand the challenges of small business, overcoming a few obstacles, what it could potentially yield. Um, but it was like a 4-year process from like origination to execution.
So you made mention of Ryan. I
Yeah.
don't. Who is Ryan, and who is your other co-founder?
Sure. So Ryan is my younger brother. We're about 19 months apart, and then Kevin's a lifelong friend of ours, which I can introduce you guys to maybe within 10 minutes.
Yeah.
We can all join the call, and um, so obviously, me and my brother, we share a lot of similarities, but we're very different people. So for me, I come from an execution, press relations, logistical background, where Ryan's more of the creative type. Um, and Kevin is in sales and marketing. So we figured if we were able to combine forces, almost like the Avengers, we could really wreak some havoc on the industry. So, at the time we were still living at home, didn't have any kids, weren't married, figured this was the best time to, try our luck or our hand in entrepreneurship if there was a time.
So tell me about Shark Tank now. How did obviously all entrepreneurs, all inventors, that's the ultimate platform to be on.
Sure,
So
sure.
you made that decision. Take me through even the application process, how you even got on the show.
Yeah, so the application process was quite long. Um, we started back in May of 2019. Um, we were pretty new to the market, only about 4 or 5 months in. So we were heavily promoting our tone and our imagery on social media via Facebook and Instagram. And being that producers are always on the lookout and search for new talent. Um, just through serendipity, running executional ads, making sure our back end was working properly and efficiently, we we're targeting the right people. We somehow got on their radar, and they emailed us early May in regards to vetting our interest to see if this was an opportunity that we wanted to take advantage of, which obviously, although premature, it was an opportunity that we felt strongly about. So um, a lot of paperwork, a lot of really the sit and the hurry up and wait wasn't until like afterwards. But paperwork, phone calls, pitch reviews, was while we were executing a Kickstarter campaign, while we were while I was moving into Jersey City, while we were, finalizing the product and making sure people were happy, and we were spinning a lot of plates at the same time. But the experience was like one that I'll always remember, and everybody involved on the other side was like super supportive, really encouraging. They really do a great job helping you feel comfortable and like attracting really qualified companies.
Yeah,
Everyone that
I, I mean, you were already at an advantage, I guess, because they approached you.
yeah,
You
yeah,
already you already reached for a space with them. You didn't
yeah.
have to try and convince them. So that was really nice that you got to go in. Talk to me about the taping process with the Sharks.
The taping process was interesting. I can't really say too much in terms of like peeling back the curtain, but we while we were being transported, we had seen like Mark Cuban interacting and riding a bicycle, and that helped him become less of a polarizing figure and more like a human. So this like image of just like he was a different, like he was a robot, or someone, that spoke a different language to us, like quickly faded, and we're like, okay, he's one of us. He's having fun. He's outside. He's engaging. He's looking for a great investment opportunity, and that's what we need to do a good job presenting and communicating to him in the panel. And like while we were on stage and getting mic'd up, we were looking around and just trying to absorb it all, and taking in the moment, because it's important that you're there and your headspace isn't somewhere else, that you're focused on the opportunity at hand. Um, the one thing I can say is, like, again, the staff, the producers, and the Sharks, they were all really nice. I mean, everyone was welcoming. They're all supportive, super encouraging. At no point do we feel like it was a competitive environment. Like, we were all pretty much supporting each other. Like, we could all win, and it wouldn't affect my outcome. you
Yeah,
know so
exactly.
they do a good job in terms of the companies they do invite, where we're not all in the same like arena or industry, where that would inherently bring competition. um,
Yeah. When the show aired on Friday, were you surprised at the editing, how they cut up your experience?
yeah, I was. We were up there for quite some time. I don't know exactly how long we were up there, but it was longer than 8 minutes. And the team over there in terms of editing did a great job, like encapsulating the tone. Our experience, I can only speak to, was like pleasurable. We were exchanging Q&As, we were laughing, we were joking. It was like a very comfortable environment. So they did a really good job showing, what would have been like a 45-minute or an hour conversation into 8 minutes of like really compelling visual content. And I mean, there was definitely nerves, and I think they showed that well. We
Yeah.
didn't know where Damon's head was. He was pretty silent majority of our pitch, and even through Q&A. So he was hard to read. Obviously, we're excited that he decided to keep this for himself and partner with us, and it's something that I'll always remember.
Yeah. No, Damon, he is a mysterious shark. Like with some of the others, like Mark, you could tell off the bat whether he's into something or not.
Yeah,
But he's a little bit of a mysterious, he has a good poker face. So you get the deal, then what
yeah.
happens?
So we get the deal, and then we're immediately in due diligence. We have communication with his team. We set up a communication line, and now his team has been going through our financials and our pitch decks, plans for 2020, and right now we're trying to integrate his value proposition, what he brings to the table, his resources, his network, and how that can potentially lay into the found work and fundamentals that we're laying out for 2020.
So your show just aired. Have you noticed a big difference in website traffic and social
Oh
media
yeah,
and orders?
absolutely. Yeah. The outreach of support was beyond our expectations. We were hoping that the product would translate as well as it did, and it certainly has. So seeing that the outpouring of support was certainly there. People from all different states, like leading up to the show, we were in 38 different states, and now I can confidently say we're probably in all 50. Making headways into international borders too. That's part of our growth strategy at the end of 2020 or beginning 2021. But there was a tremendous spike in between, after.
Yeah.
The momentum is still being generated after the show, which we greatly appreciate. We're working on a lot of COVID relief efforts.
What are some charity initiatives that you're involved with?
Sure. Well, right now we initiated $1 for every order about a week ago. So we want to continue the relief effort, and we're going to continue that support. So we'll run that campaign for another 2 weeks, but then we also are cooking up something really special that I'd like to touch on in a week or so once I have a confirmation that I can deliver it.
Okay.
But it's something that, I'm putting action behind what we're saying. And the only way for me to do that is to make sure that, what I'm over promising, I can execute on against. But right now, we're donating shoes to the medical industry and staff, people those on the front lines, and we're donating $1 for every order from here, most likely till the end of April. Really, as long as it's here, as long as we're going to be donating.
That's amazing. That's amazing that you're using your newfound platform to do such good.
Yeah, I think you should. I mean, there's a greater good, which is a need than generating sales and revenue. I mean, that's all positive, and obviously, like, a business needs it to be sustainable. But right now, there's a greater need for support than converting a profit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So how, you're paying it forward, which is amazing. How
Mhm.
has the crisis affected your business's bottom line?
Well, the bottom line right now, it's a bit too early to tell. We have inventory to supply to demand. But what I can foresee being challenging in the future is our supply chain. So we're manufacturing overseas in Asia. Fortunately, they're back up and running, from my understanding, as their lockdown was lifted yesterday. The
Mhm.
factories have been in business, but it's hard to understand without being there. The level of delay, it's hard to estimate because I don't have a firm understanding just yet, just because it's so premature. But supply chain and reordering might take some time. But we're going to do all that we can to expedite and fast track our order, because we do have customers that are eagerly awaiting the arrival of their order. So if we're unable to prioritize those who requested priority shipping, we're going to submit full returns for those that aren't interested in waiting a couple more days or weeks for their product. We're able to refund as well. We're all going through the similar challenges. We're not special in no means. But we're going to do our best, to service customers because they trusted in our product and they're going to deliver a product, and we have every intention to do so. But just through understanding and the optics that the world is changing, and it's important that we kind of all adapt and be patient, because there's a lot of moving pieces.
Yeah. Well, like yourself, I'm an entrepreneur as well,
Mm-hmm.
in a totally different arena, and in the service industry, not product.
Sure.
But I'm sure you're using this time, just like I am, to kind of do some business planning, making sure the brand is relevant.
Yeah. No. I think this pandemic is really challenging strategy for the long term. Everybody, no matter what industry you're in, is inherently going to pivot. Um, it's important that you remain conscious of what's going on, and trying to lend your support, because if you're in a mission to do so, and if you're well within your means and your power, you should. We're strategizing constantly, to not only lend our support and assistance to what's going on, but to make sure that we're trying to deliver product as quickly as we can, fast tracking orders, considering air freight, which can cut down the wait time between 2 and 3 weeks. We have to make sure ports are still operating. these are unprecedented times. But if you're creative enough and you're determined to discover a solution, solutions are out there. They exist. But you just have to be willing to pivot in terms of thinking and strategy, and not get too married, to one outlook.
Are you thinking about taking your manufacturing in the country, taking it to the United States?
Yeah, unfortunately not at this time. What we do and in footwear, I believe there's only one footwear brand that manufactures in the United States. Everybody else, particularly the bigger brands, have to rely on the outsourcing of these services. Um, but if America is ever competitive, obviously that would be our number one goal. Even if it is a slightly more, I think that's a price that we're willing to pay. But where it stands right now, viably, it's not an option. But there is hope, that there could be a rebirth of the industrial revolution, and we can bring back manufacturing. But for the immediacy, not right now.
So where can people find out more about you?
Yeah, so you can find out more about us on our website, www.muvez.co. Our brand story is listed. We have a blog, providing an overview of our experience. You can follow us on Instagram on Muvez, where we share a lot of the content, about a lot of the behind the scenes through story modes. And if you're interested, you can. Both of my guys are available and would like to say a few words. If
Absolutely. I was just going to say, before we close, bring them up, or let's go
Yeah.
downstairs. Hi.
Hello, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
All right, cool. The shot looks good. All right, guys. Well, congratulations on all of your success. I loved hearing all about your Shark Tank story. I'm a big fan of the show. So it's so cool that Daymond took a chance with you guys and invested.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's definitely a blessing, a great opportunity, and we're very thankful for it.
Yeah, absolutely. We're just closing out the interview here, but is there anything that you want to add about the company, where you stand, how this crisis is affecting you?
In terms of the crisis, I think in general, it makes people reflect on the time on really what's valuable. And I think us being able to provide the slippers for people to be comfortable at home and just have a good time and something new, something cool, it kind of gives us a good energy and a good feeling.
Yeah, absolutely. How about you?
Yeah, it's definitely an unfortunate time, and we hate that this is happening. But at the same time, we're happy that we can provide something that could help, the people that are going through it and want to, prevent germs from entering their home.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for paying it forward. Eric told me about how for every pair of shoes sold, $1 is going toward, the efforts in helping the frontline workers. So that's really cool.
No, for sure. It's just something small we can do. So, we want to make sure, like you said, pay it forward. We also are going to look to do something locally where we can give, some free pairs away to some of these first responders so they can be comfortable at least throughout their shifts.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm from Jersey City as well.
Oh,
so
cool.
Thank you for representing the city so well. Please keep healthy and safe. Tell Eric the same. And it was so great having you in my living room today.
Likewise. Thank you very much for your time today.
Yes, thank you. Take care.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.